In the headlines, Abuja residents defy economic hardship, visit parks or the relaxation sports in Eid El-Kabir celebration. Federal government declares June 12 public holiday to mark Democracy Day. Fire guts wood and timber market in Birnin Kebbi. And on the foreign scene, mass demonstration calls for Spain's leader to resign over corruption. Good evening and welcome to News Update on Trust TV. I am Dorcas Yakubuzala. And now on the news in full. Eid El-Kabir, also known as the Festival of Sacrifice, is a major Islamic holiday celebrated worldwide. During this period, people travel to see their loved ones, while those who did not travel visit recreational parks to celebrate. Trust TV's Noel Sampson visits popular recreational parks in the Federal Capital Territory to monitor this year's celebration. His report.
Today is Sunday, the 8th of June, marks the third day of the Eid El-Kabir celebration. As part of the efforts to monitor the celebration in the nation's capital, Abuja, Trust TV visited the popular Millennium Park, a magic land in the FCT, where Nigerians came out to celebrate despite economic hardship. These parks witnessed patronage of families, friends, and loved ones.
It's a fate, but we don't have to allow it. You understand? We have to move on. That is life. Whatever how we find ourselves, at least life goes on. That is why we try as much as possible to make our children happy today, despite the fact that the economy we are not finding it easy. You understand? Because the subsidy is really affecting. Like now, as I'm coming out now, I bought a fuel of 20,000 naira to my car in order to come here. And now the ticket is 4,000 naira per each person. It is not easy. You understand? How much is salary? Even the business are not moving.
I feel government have done their own part. We individuals should do our own part. So, but as we can see, you have people still coming around. Despite the whole economic challenges and issues people are faced with, I believe people still have time. They make out time for their families and friends. So I believe it really is not significantly affecting it.
If you want to consider the present economy, nobody will come out. So you just have to put one or two things together so that you can come and have fun. Because the government is not helping matters. So we have to help ourselves.
The high cost of everything is affecting Salah. Because a lot of people, last year there was a lot of RAM everywhere. This year I've not received RAM. I think it's only one person that's giving me RAM this year. So it has really affected, yes, of course. We must kill body to make things to happen. We are trying to make things happen. So even today, even when everything is on the high side, we still try to come out to have fun and relax.
In a way, I know I was here last year, it was a lot fuller. And the truth is their tariff here has also increased a bit, so yeah, it has a bit of impact on turnout of people. I mean, regardless of the hardship in the economy, people are trying as much as possible to have fun. Nigeria is a place where, even when you're down, you also want to make yourself happy. All right, so people are here making themselves happy, making their families happy.
With the way the economic situation affected this year's Eid El-Kabir celebrations nationwide, Nigerians are appealing to the federal government to implement policies to ease the sufferings of the masses. Noel Sampson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
In other news, the federal government has declared Thursday a public holiday to commemorate the 2025 Democracy Day celebration. This is contained in a statement by the Ministry of Interior's Permanent Secretary, Magdalene Ajani, on Sunday in Abuja. Ajani disclosed that the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, while declaring the holiday on behalf of the federal government, congratulated Nigerians for an uninterrupted 26 years of civil rule. He said June 12 represents the historic journey to building a nation where truth and justice reign and peace is sustained and our future assured. Tunji-Ojo reiterated the commitment of the renewed hope government of President Bola Tinubu to the universal value of democracy that is based on freely expressed will of the people in determining Nigeria's political, economic, social, and cultural systems. President Bola Tinubu will address a joint session of the Senate and the House of Representatives on Thursday, June 12 at the National Assembly Complex, Abuja. In a statement issued on Sunday by the House of Representatives spokesman Akin Rotimi, noted that the event was formally conveyed to members via an internal memorandum issued by the House Clerk Yahaya Danzaria. It also noted that the program will feature goodwill messages from former presiding officers of the National Assembly and the conferment of national honors to select legislators by the president. It further stated that this joint sitting represents a significant moment in Nigeria's democratic journey. The House of Representatives in the statement urges all Nigerians to embrace the spirit of Democracy Day as a time for reflection, renewed patriotism, and commitment to building a more inclusive, prosperous, and united nation. Democracy Day is observed in Nigeria on June 12 in honor of the June 12, 1993 presidential election, seen by many as the most credible poll ever conducted in the history of post-independence Nigeria. The election was won by the late Moshood Abiola, but was annulled by the military regime of General Ibrahim Babangida, retired. A devastating fire has gutted a popular wood and timber market known as Gara Market in Birnin Kebbi State, destroying shops and properties. The fire, which began in the early hours of Sunday, resulted in the loss of goods and structures worth millions of naira. According to eyewitnesses, the fire spread rapidly before firefighters arrived. The cause of the fire remained unknown. The Kebbi State government has expressed its sympathies to those affected. Fortunately, no lives were lost in the incident. In a statement issued by the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on New Media, Abu Zaid Yari, the fire was described as an unfortunate incident. The University of Port Harcourt, Uniport, has called for a thorough investigation into the killing of one of its students, Godwin Akpan, a 300-level computer science undergraduate who was allegedly shot dead by a security operative in an off-campus incident. In an official statement released on Sunday, the institution, through its head, Information, Publications and Public Relations, Sang Penu, expressed deep sorrow over the death of the student. Although the tragic incident occurred outside the university premises, Uniport stressed its concern and commitment to uncovering the full circumstances surrounding the event. The university urged students and staff to remain calm and allow security agencies to conduct their investigations without interference. The management reaffirmed its commitment to the safety and well-being of all students and staff, promising to take necessary steps to ensure such incidents do not recur. The Rivers State Police Command has yet to respond to inquiries regarding the alleged shooting incident. The Nigeria Union of Teachers has said that a shift to computer-based examinations by West African Examinations Council and the National Examinations Council would not eliminate malpractices. Then UT National President Audu Amba stated this in an interview on Sunday in Abuja. Amba was reacting to the recent directive by the federal government that WAEC and NECO should fully transit to computer-based testing for their examinations by 2026. Reports say that by the directive, both multiple choice and essay papers by the two bodies will be administered via computer starting with the May-June 2026 examination cycle. Specifically, WAEC is expected to begin conducting objective exams via CBT starting in November 2025. Now, residents of Osun State have been reacting to the new policy introduced by the state government regarding the boarding system in public secondary schools. According to the Standard Educational Performance Ranking of States in the 2024 Senior School Certificate Examination by the National Examinations Council (NECO), NECO, Osun State has made a remarkable leap from 33rd position in early 2022 to 7th position in 2025. Stakeholders believe that the new policy on boarding schools will further boost students' academic performance, particularly in external examinations. Hamid Oyebade reports.
Osun was ranked 7th among 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory in the 2024 Senior School Certificate Examination by the National Examination Council, NECO. The ranking put Osun behind Lagos, Kano, Oyo, Benue, Ogun, and Katsina states in the Standard Education Performance Ranking of States. As part of moves to sustain and further improve the academic performance of its students, the state government has decided to introduce boarding system in some secondary schools in the state.
The commissioner was here some time ago, and he said that next session, by God's grace, out of all the secondary school, public secondary school in Osun State, that the government has picked just 3 schools, and out of that school, St. Charles Grammar School is one of them. Fortunately for St. Charles Grammar School, it was formerly a boarding school before it was taken over, and the facilities are there. They are still there. You know, they just need to be renovated.
All these facilities will be available for the students to use, and therefore the academic performance, which is already high, 90 plus, will even be better. And we hope that with the support of the state government, the school will continue to do better and better by the grace of God.
Residents and stakeholders are throwing their weight behind the new policy, expressing full support for the return of boarding system.
The last exam of WAEC, the one they did last year, the students, the total performance was 94% credit pass, which superseded what they did in 2023. So every year like that, we appreciate the teachers to boost their morale to be able to deliver more. You know, the government has chosen St. Charles as one of the model schools for boarding house. So that means we're going to be having light here 24 hours in school. So such challenge, St. Charles Grammar School Osogbo will not be part of the school that will not be able to cater if exams should run into the night.
The stakeholders charged government to ensure proper implementation of the policy without delay. Hamid Oyebade, Trust TV News, Osogbo.
The Defense Headquarters says the troops of Operation Delta Safe in the month of May discovered and destroyed 27 illegal refining sites with over 96 equipment. The Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Marcus Kenge, made this known in a statement on Sunday in Abuja. Kenge said the troops also foiled oil theft worth over 31.4 million naira, including 77,530 liters of stolen crude oil, 10,340 liters of illegally refined automotive gas oil, 2,700 liters of dual-purpose kerosene, and 1,240 liters of premium motor spirit. According to him, other items recovered include outboard engines, pipes, pumping machines, drilling machines, horses, tricycles, motorcycles, mobile phones, and 9 vehicles. Kenge said the troops also undertook anti-kidnapping and anti-criminality operations on June 1st in Sapele local government area of Delta. According to him, 3 criminals were arrested, while some weapons and ammunition, as well as mobile phones, laptops, television sets, and vehicle from them during the operations. This is news update on Trust TV coming up ahead. Dutse Emirate holds colorful Hawan Bariki to celebrate Salah. This and many more when we return. Do stay with us. Welcome back. In case you just joined in, this is news update on Trust TV. Let's take a look at our top stories again. Abuja residents defy economic hardship, visit parks, other relaxation spots in Eid El-Kabir celebration. And federal government declares June 12 public holiday to mark Democracy Day. Now, efforts to curb high rates of maternal mortality in Bauchi State has continued as health workers gave account of the process in some primary health care centers visited by Trust TV. Trust TV's Adamu Imam completes the report.
Recent checks reveal that in some primary health care centers across Bauchi metropolis, there is significant reduction of high rate of under 5 children mortality as well as stillbirth. Nafisa Bakulte and Sagura Adamu share more thoughts on how they always engage pregnant women at health care facility to reduce the menace.
In a month, we have a lot of deliveries, like 300 in a month. Hardly to see that we lost a woman just because of PPH or malaria, because we have already stopped the problem since from ANC.
We used to conduct screening and urinalysis and HB to know any deviation from normal. In case if we found a woman that is anemic and there is need for blood transfusion, so we just transfer her directly to the labor room. So then from labor room to the lab for necessary action.
A mother of two and Malam Abdurrahman expressed their views on the commitment of health officials at the primary healthcare levels towards achieving success in that regard.
The way they used to take care of us, they used to press you, they used to rub your back, many pains, they used to help.
We always strive to support our wives, especially during pregnancy, so that they can deliver safely. Sometimes the pain and emotional toll can cause them to react out of distress. In those moments, it's our responsibility to remain calm, offer reassurance, and stand by them, knowing we could never fully understand the weight they carry. Similarly, child mortality and prevention surveillance charms during one of the media engagement in Bauchi, and the state health professionals share their thoughts despite significant progress in recent years, as according to them, they commit on research projects to get accurate data on reasons for many loss of children and mothers during birth.
And communities, the community leaders, religious leaders, stakeholders in the communities, and even at family levels. Because if after investigating the cause of death of a particular child, we intend to actually go back to that family, sit with them, and discuss from A to Z what we were able to find.
Interest. If you have the interest of saving mothers and children, you find out that the job is not difficult, and you can easily communicate to other people things that you cannot be able to do. So you are not there to completely solve all problems. I also want to remind you that you should work within your professional limit, because there are situations where people are sent to the facility and they feel that everything have to be under their care. No.
The state government recently contracted 100 female birth attendants to help in various PHCs as part of the crusade to reduce maternal mortality across the state. Adamu Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
In a spectacular display of tradition and culture, the Dutse Emirates in Jigawa State on Sunday held its annual Hawan Bariki to mark this year's Eid celebration. The event was led by His Royal Highness Emir Hamim Nuhu Muhammad Sanusi and took place at the Sir Muhammad Sanusi Durbar ground in the state capital. The report.
The Emir, resplendent in royal regalia and mounted on a richly adorned hearse, led a grand procession of over 1,000 horsemen through the streets of Dutse. The Durbar, one of the major highlights of the Eid festivities, attracted thousands of spectators who lined the roads to witness the traditional pageantry. Hawan Bariki, which literally means post-Salah procession, is a cultural event where the emir and his entourage ride in procession to pay homage to the sitting governor and reaffirm the emirate's loyalty to the state. Speaking on behalf of the Traditional Council, the emir praised the Jigawa state government for its efforts in infrastructure, youth empowerment, agriculture, and environmental protection. He also offered prayers for peace in Nigeria and for the safety of pilgrims currently in Saudi Arabia for the Hajj. We thank you for the timely provision of farm inputs to farmers this rainy season. This demonstrates your commitment to contributing to the nation's food security. Even the federal government appreciates your dedication.
We have done a lot, especially in agriculture. We have tried as much as possible to see how we can revamp agriculture and we can transform agriculture from the subsistence level to what it is today. And clearly, the issue is very, very clear. Farmers are very happy with what we are doing. If we take the wheat cultivation to 2004, we have done 55,000 hectares of land instead of the 40,000 even given to us by the federal government. And this year we are doing almost 105. We have done 105,000 hectares of wheat.
In addition to the horse riding display, the event featured traditional music, drum performances, and dances reflecting the rich Hausa cultural heritage. The festivities continued into the evening with cultural shows and turbaning ceremonies at the Emir's Palace. Hawan Bariki is one of three major Dubar events held in Dutse during the Eid period, the others being Hawan Salah and Hawan Shuari. The Dubars not only serve as religious and cultural ceremonies, but also reaffirm the historical and political ties between traditional institutions and modern governance. Observers noted that this year's celebration drew participants from neighboring emirates and communities, further cementing Dutse's palace as a center of Nigeria's cultural identity.
Now, away from Nigeria, tens of thousands of people have taken part in an opposition-organized demonstration in Spain's capital, Madrid, accusing the government of Socialist Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez of corruption and urging him to call early elections. Protesters, many waving red and yellow Spanish flags, massed on Sunday in the Plaza de España, a large square in the center of Madrid, and chanted Pedro Sanchez resign. The Conservative Popular Party PP called the rally after leaked audio recordings allegedly documented a member of the Socialist Workers' Party, Lara Diaz, waging a smear campaign against a police unit that investigated corruption allegations against Sanchez's wife, brother, and his former transport minister and right-hand man, Jose Luis Abalos. Diaz has denied the allegations, telling reporters on Wednesday that she was conducting research for a book and was not working on behalf of the party or Sanchez. She also resigned from the Sanchez's party. And with that, we wrap up news updates on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all social media platforms for more programs, news, and documentaries. My name is Zokatia Kubuzala. Bye for now.